Daniel Jones is a musician, songwriter, and record producer. He is best known for his part in the hugely popular Australian pop duo Savage Garden, whose international hit singles included the songs I Want You, To the Moon and Back, Truly Madly Deeply, I Knew I Loved You, and Crash and Burn. Since Savage Garden, Jones has launched his own production company and a recording studio, and now works with various new, young Australian artists. Personal life: Daniel was born at Southend-on-Sea, Essex, England, but his family moved to Australia when he was less than 1 year old. The Jones family settled down in Australia at Brisbane in Queensland, where Daniel grew up as the youngest of 3 boys. His mother gave him the nickname Kerniel after a misspelling in a school paper after Daniel scored a goal in a game of football. On April 30, 2000, when Jones was 26, he met his future wife, Kathleen de Leon, a member of successful children's group High Five, at the 42nd Annual TV Week Logie Awards. After more than 3 years together, Kathleen organized a 1970s-themed party for Daniel's 30th birthday. Kathleen got the biggest surprise when Jones professed his love for her and proposed in front of more than 100 people, including his parents, at the GPO bar in Brisbane. On October 9, 2005, Jones married de Leon at Avica Weddings and Resort on the Gold Coast in Queensland. The big day turned out to be an Oriental meets Balinese-themed fairy tale wedding filled with special touches. Jones also used his musical talents to write a song called Love Is Enough for his bride. The couple has 2 children. Musical career: early career: when Jones was about 18 years old he was in a band called Red Edge with his brother and some friends, but the band needed a singer. Daniel Jones put an advertisement in the local Brisbane music paper, Time Off, looking for a suitable singer. Darren Hayes was attended the audition, and he got the job. After being in the band for some time, Hayes got tired of performing other people's songs and he was ready to quit Red Edge. Since Jones wanted to create his own music, he decided to leave the band with Hayes. This marked the beginning of Savage Garden. Savage Garden. The other half of the pair, Darren Hayes, performed all of the vocals, while Jones mostly provided instrumental backing. However, Jones's voice is heard in a few demo songs such as Aubergine Girl and in the Countdown into the Moon and Back. Hayes and Jones wrote and performed all of their own music and had a global hit with Truly Madly Deeply in 1998 and I Knew I Loved You in 2000. Originally, both men traveled the world to promote their first album as well as perform singles. As travel strain and other issues began to take their toll on Daniel, he decided that he was not comfortable with the press junket circuits and the intense scrutiny from fans and media that came with them. When Darren agreed to take on the lion's share of the promotional duties for the band, Daniel took charge of rehearsals of the backing band that Savage Garden took with them on tour, as well as setting up the musical arrangements for the tour. The duo eventually split up in 2001. After Savage Garden, in 2001, Daniel began assisting an Australian band, named Anarchy, the group consisting of Jennifer Waite and Grant Wallace. They were the first band to be signed to the music label Daniel had started named Meridien Musik. Daniel knew Jennifer as one of the backing vocalists who had travelled with Savage Garden during the Future of Earthly Delights tour for the first, self-titled Savage Garden album. Daniel helped produce their first album Words in Place of Objects and co-wrote 4 album tracks with Jennifer. Dearest, she says, Saving Grace, Feel This Fool, and the B-side Sugar Lust. In 2002, Daniel worked with another Australian duo, called Bachelor Girl, to co-write a song called Falling for their second album, Dysfunctional. In 2004, Daniel helped produce for Australian pop-rock musician Julie Strickland and the Australian act The Wish for their respective debut albums. And in 2005, Daniel worked with yet more Australians, Tori Horgan and Paul Black. Daniel continued to demonstrate his interest in discovering new talent, and producing that talent with his new state-of-the-art Meridien Musik studio, which he built himself. In late 2005, Jones produced a series of EPs for Quicksilver's fledgling label, Pavilion Music. Daniel recorded material with Sean Sennett, The Eighth Color, Moon Dewis and Josh Boots. In May 2006, it was announced that Jones had purchased the legendary recording complex located at 301 Castlereagh Street, Sydney. This landmark recording studio was purchased from Tom Misner, who owns the global SA organisation and Studios 301. Throughout its long history, the studio was also owned by the EMI Group. The studio was purchased to start Level 7 Studios and to continue Meridien Musik in a new location. Daniel was also rumoured to be participating in a season of Australian Idol as resident producer. Jones is working on his record label in Sydney, Australia. See also, Savage Garden, Darren Hayes, Kathleen de Leon Jones, references. External links, Level 7 Studios official site, Level 7 Studios on MySpace, Savage Garden official site.